difficulties. We got lost in the mix, and we're creating this part two of our body sculpting online party. And to help us continue on is Miss Alicia Hankins.
Hey, okay. So I was talking about tea because tea is our flagship product. So I don't know where I got cut off, so I'll roll back to the beginning. Um, uh, Tea. So it has nine herbs in it to help your body to do all kinds of things. It's a tea product. Let me cut back to Nicole real quick, and can you hold up the package?
Sure. So here we are, one packet of tea. There you got it.
So the Iaso tea there comes like that. There are two tea bags in it. You would take it out, and what you do is you steep the tea, and it makes a gallon. And that gallon will last you about 8 days. So the whole kit comes with four of those, so that you have one for every week. So it is a month supply. What the tea does, it just does a whole lot of things. You know, when we talk to different people and different people come to our tea parties, they talk about what it is that the tea has done for them, and everyone has a different experience. Really, some people lose weight right away. I had a pair of pants that I didn't fit into, and within 3 days of tea, boom, the pants fit. You know, within 7 days, the pants had room. Within a week and a half or so, I have some pictures of that within a week and a half or so, the pants actually had, room. And now it's like I can get the pants off without taking off the button. So, um, weight, it does weight. And the way it does weight, we could go through this long, complicated story about it. But, that's not really what people want to know. They just want to know, does it work? Yes, does it work? In a nutshell, it does things for your body. It helps your body run at its most optimum. So, a lot of times we've had people who have some digestive issues. Digestion is really related to everything. Everything. Food is related to everything. So the food you have coming in, what your body does with it, affects everything. And then how it gets rid of it affects everything. So, you don't want your body to store things, because a lot of times, when it's storing, it's building up toxins. So the tea really does help you to get rid of those things. And it's a very gentle way to get rid of those things. Things will come out. Sweat is one thing, toxins come out through your skin. And how everything else gets out. So, it helps that too. So there are things in the tea that help to utilize different nutrients better. But essentially, we've had some very interesting responses to it. We've had people who have had insomnia, or they couldn't sleep, for 4 years. I met a lady who had this beautiful little boy, and she says, I couldn't sleep from the time he was born. And then, okay, how old is he? 4 years. And, after 4 years of not being able to sleep, she started to drink tea, and lo and behold, she got a great night's sleep. I mean, can you imagine how she felt? I mean, right? She was so happy. You were there too, right, Nicole? How could she have felt, right?
Exactly. I remember that night, and you know what? The great thing about it was that was just off of her very first cup of tea, her 1 8-ounce cup, and she experienced the best. I think her words was she felt like she slept for 10 years.
Right, that's right. And she's a care giver for small kids. So she had all these little kids that came to her place the next morning, and normally she would, not have slept very much, but they were all there clamoring at the door, and she was still asleep. So, in some ways she felt bad that she was in there for the kids, but she was really happy that she got to sleep. And she did. She said she felt like she slept for years, 10 years. So can you imagine, if you struggle with that, can you imagine what that must feel like to get that kind of rest? And we've had people who have had digestive issues, and digestion will just knock people on their feet. I mean, just off their feet, right? Because I've heard where people, they're afraid to eat something in a certain place because of all the activity that is going to happen in their stomach, and what's going to happen after it's there. They need to get home. They have to watch everything that they eat, because their stomach doesn't process things the way it really should. So they've been on the tea, and they find that all of a sudden their digestion is better. They're not getting the upset stomach. They're not getting the acid reflux. They're not getting the bloating. Those kind of things are just some stories that we've had people share. And then we have the very far extreme stories, which they just blow your mind just as much as any of the story. But we've had some people who are facing different types of cancer issues. And then while they're facing their cancer issue, either they have done some form of chemotherapy or they're doing some kind of radiation. And really the tea helps their body to just feel better. And so while they're feeling better, these are the types of reports. They come and they see us. They come to different meetings. They get on. We've had a couple that have joined us by Skype, and they share these stories with us. And it's not a medical claim to say they're cured or anything like that. But what it does do is it brings some sort of relief to them. Whatever the issue is that's happening, whether it's weight, whether it's digestion, whether it's sleep related, whether it's pains, aches and pains, whether it's, something as far off as, dealing with a life-threatening disease and the things that can happen while you're dealing with that, to just bring some kind of relief and help. We've had all kinds of stories that way. So the flagship product is the tea. So people love to add that. Normally that's what people put on the auto shipper. They just make sure that it always comes, because I, for one, was one of those people that, when you get down to the last envelope, you start panicking and looking around and do you have one? Do you have one? And because we don't keep stock, that's not our motto, is to keep stock. You have to make sure it comes in. So we always say that is liquid gold, because, if anything happens to your packet of tea, you're out of luck. And then, we've suffered with that, and we get a little crazy. So I know that happens in your house too, right, Nicole?
Exactly. You're talking about how we don't want to be without these products. These products are something that people can feel. They know. And I know I've experienced it. I know you've experienced it too, Alicia, where we actually run out of something and we are suffering that day. Like you're thinking, oh my gosh, why am I so tired? Why am I groggy? I don't have any NutriBreast. I don't have any tea. So we want to make sure that we have our products on hand, because it's products that really make a difference in our day-to-day lives.
Absolutely. I mean, my family, I'm really bad, because my family is always like, oh, talk to our representative. We didn't have any tea today. And like, oh, shucks. But I am happy that, when you start brewing it, you put it in, I get the gallon water, and then I just pour out some water into my pot, and then I steep. And then I'm so glad it's only 4 to 8 hours that it has to steep, and then you can mix it back. So if I catch it, I catch it during the day, they can still get what they need to get for the day. So it's not a very tough process. It doesn't take very long. So, it all works out. But, I'm guilty of it. I am. So, I'm very, very grateful that it's so simple. And I like that we brew it because it comes in the small packaging. So, it's great on shipping. It fits in a light envelope. It's easy to fit in the mailbox. You're never going to get that little card that says you have to go to the post office to pick it up, because it fits in the actual mail, compartment. So I love that part. And I think, like a lot of people are very excited when they see that envelope show up with that in there. So we have the tea as a great add-on that people are very interested in when they're doing this, the Slim R and the waist trainer. So the flagship product, of course, the tea. And then we were suggesting, or people are interested in, they really like the Tichui. So I know Nicole's got Tichui there, so you got to take a look at this.
I sure do. Here it is, Tichui. And it's actually a capsule. And one of these capsules will actually provide you, real quickly, Tichui, what is Tichui? It's a spirulina. Many people are familiar with spirulina, right? It's a blue-green algae, a vegan protein. And one of these capsules will provide you with more protein than you will find in a pound of steak. So how this would help you along with your body sculpting as an add-on to your waist trainer, to your Slim R, your tea. This will help you to actually build up muscle tone, right? So as we're applying the Slim R, we're tightening and toning, we're helping to build the muscle that's actually inside our bodies. I mean, great, spirulina, it's a superfood. You're going to be replenishing all of the nutrients that your body needs because we're flushing it out, right, with the tea and detoxing and getting all of that yuck and gunk out. So we want to make sure that we are, again, replenishing our bodies with the proper nutrients. And it's amazing, right, Alicia, what our bodies can do once fed the proper nutrition.
That is true. Once the nutrition happens, that's when it all happens. I just talked to a customer client that I have, and she was talking about getting started. She's just gotten started, and she's slowly, she added a couple of different things. She started off with 4 different products. So, I was explaining to her about, the human body. We wanted to do what we wanted to do, like now, okay? But it doesn't do it now. It does it whenever it feels like it. And every individual is different. So, maybe you have a medication background. Maybe you have a certain types of food background. Maybe you have, I don't know, whatever it is, that genetically makes you up type of background. So when people take different items, there's some magic formula in your body. This is my philosophy. Okay. So I don't know, my basic is not biology, but it's math. Just ask me anything you want about how to make money, how to get your commissions in on time. I can do that. But biology, not my thing. But I've seen enough of this that everybody's body is doing something. And you have to just keep finding what it is that you're missing. And as you add those pieces back, your body does this crazy thing. It lets go of different things. It lets go of toxins. It lets go of fat. It lets go of water. It lets go of salt. It heals itself that way. And I love that Tetui because it's spirulina that I don't have to drink. I'm so happy about not having to drink it because I just found a picture this morning that says, take this because it's like having all these leaves and it shows this big scoop of green stuff. And I go, oh, thank goodness that I can take that instead of like scooping it out because I'm just not that person. I'm not that person. Some people can drink it. I know you can open the cap. So if you don't like pills, no problem. You can open it up and you can put it in your drink and you can drink it. More power to you if you can do that. Me, I've done green things and I love my green in a capsule. Down it goes. I can do it. So it works out really well. So it's a great piece. And the protein is great. You build the muscle. The more muscle you build, the better your body works, the better your metabolism gets. And then, you're replacing muscle and losing the fat. Is the great key right there.
Yeah. One more thing I wanted to kind of touch on with the Tetui is we know a few people who are into like bodybuilding, right? And when people who are bodybuilding, what are they doing? They're trying to build up muscle. So what do they drink? They drink those milky, chalky, funky flavored protein shakes. But we've had a few people who have actually stopped drinking those protein drinks, and because a lot of them too are filled with a lot of different fillers. They're filled with chemicals and sugars and all of that unhealthy stuff, and they actually replace their protein intake with the Tetui. So they use this before their workout, and they swear by it. They are actually building more muscle by using this versus their protein shake. So that's another tip that I wanted to kind of share with you folks. And there's one more product, right? One more add-on, Alicia, for this body sculpting pack.
We're looking at energy. People that love this and love the program setup is energy.
Got it. Okay, so I have it right here. Energy in a bottle. It's like lightning bolt in a bottle. And this is great for people who are addicted to those energy drinks, right? We know that feeling of going through your day, 2:00 comes around and you have this crash. You want to take a nap. You don't, you're just like, how am I going to get through the rest of the day? I still have many more hours left. Well, this is a pill form that you can take to give yourself energy without the jitters, without the crash. And I like to actually call this like the happy pill. I've taken this, and I've just become like super bubbly and just overall more happy. And my husband's like, what's going on with you? Why are you so happy? It's like, you know what, I took that energy pill. And he's like, well, you better make sure that you always have that on hand, because of course, he likes to have a happy wife. So
Oh, that's great. That's great. I like that as a happy pill.
Is that to bring appetite suppressant in the morning, but I've actually started doing it in the afternoon, because now with the kids, they're super busy. We're out of the house till like almost 9-10 o'clock at night, and I need to make sure that I'm up and alert, especially when I be driving. So I pop this one about no later than 2 o'clock for me. It supplies me with enough energy. I can go to sleep at night, and I don't have to overindulge when I eat anymore. It's like it's giving me the control when I'm going to eat. So this is another great add-on. 300 extra calories per day, up to 600 if you take 2. Energy in a bottle.
That's a great deal. That's really well put together. And I think in our original pack in the last video, we did the actual fat blasting pack, but this we wanted to show you that people who were interested in doing the waist training with the shapewear and the slim R, these are a few of the things that they would like, that they express interest in adding on, or that they have also gotten with it. So we have several options. We've been really working hard and trying to think of how to put things together for you and make it easy. So let me get my screen back up here again. Oops, this is when we fell off the screen that I had that up. This is the additional add-ons there, and this is the actual waist trainer pack that we were putting together. So that is what we are proposing today, as far as what you could do to really bring your waist down, or any other parts, because you're right, that slim arm, you can slather that stuff on all kinds of parts. When you think about it, there are more than just your waist parts that you may be looking at to help you out. Now our original fat blasting packs look like this. This is the customer pack that we originally brought up in the last video and put our event, and this is what we set our event off on. And this was the tea, the energy, the slim R, like you heard us talk about. We also had the NutriBurst, because this was a base plan. So this was in the first video that is up on our event page as well. And if you really do see the value in all of this, as far as you're starting to think of people that you would share this with, or you're starting to think of different people in your life that could really use this, or if you're just looking for a great value and are looking towards maybe getting that list of people in your head, getting this into their hands. If you're trying to think of, different people and want to get some of this stuff into their hands, you may want to consider this starter value pack, which we also added on Gano and we added on Delgado at the time. And this is in the first video. And we always bring that up because, people get excited, right? And as you're thinking about what you're doing, you may be interested in already telling someone else, because that's kind of how things go. When you're thinking of yourself, your extra people start coming into your mind, because those are the people you care about. And it's very interesting, because even when I started into this, I was only thinking tea, and I had my tea in my hand, and like I said, in 3 days, fit into pants that I didn't fit into. So I had already started telling everybody, I tried this tea in 3 days and I fit into these pants. You got to try it. And they were trying it and they were ordering it. And for me, I jumped in as a member, because I had mentioned, I've always had my hand into something or other. So I saw the potentials for this, and I had already signed up, really without too much trial. It's okay, give it to me. And I'm in, let's do it. And so I was there telling different people about the tea and everything, and they were trying it. So, I'm sitting, and I had talked to Nicole about it, and she had told me, 50% commission. And I mentioned before, I can do math. I'm a math teacher. That's actually my foundation. So, I know what 50% is. I mean, lots of people do it. When you 50%, you know what half is, right? So I was looking at the numbers, and here I was thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to make this check. Maybe I'll make 40, $50 or something like that. So we had talked, and I said, okay, I've had all these different people that wanted it, and they've already ordered it, and I should make like 40, $50, right? And she said, no, it's not $40 or $50 off everything you've done. Wait till you see it. Because here I was thinking, I'd just turn, $5 maybe on every order, because, oh, it's this long formula and this and that. She said, no, you see in the book, there's a price, and you see in the book that there's some points. You're going to make 50% of the points. And there's not too much difference between the points and the retail. So it's not like some sliding scale like some companies. It's very close. So when I started asking about that and really letting it sink in, I realized we're not talking about making $5 on this particular sale. We're talking about $20 on this particular sale. And she said, yes. And no. And she said, yes. And when I really thought about it, $20, $20 in your pocket is actually a pretty big deal, because in all the other products, any other products that I've ever sold, we have to sell out $150 to $200 worth of retail to maybe put the $20 in your pocket. You can put out retail at $45 and you're going to put $20 in your pocket. So you can imagine how would you feel, the first check that you thought was coming to you is $40, $50, and you open it up and it's almost $400. I mean, can you imagine what that feels like when that happens? I mean, what would you do if you thought it was $40 or $50 and then it was, $400 or $500? So that's TLC in a nutshell. This is what happens, and it happens over and over again, because I've had people who are now my business partner, and they didn't the same thing. I can tell this story, but the same thing happened. They thought they were going to get a couple, $15 maybe, and instead of $15, she had over $100. So that's the type of power we're talking about here. You get products that work, people who are fun to be around, a great team with great support, and the potentials there really for that type of turnaround, right? I mean, and it's perfect because it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's going to be New Year's, going into the new year. Who wouldn't want $400 or $500 more a month?
Exactly. That's a no-brainer question, right? And especially during the holidays, anybody could use an extra $400 to $500. So, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Alicia, for helping us to kick off this body sculpting, fat blasting, online parties. You guys check out the video that we recorded before this one, our fat blasting online party. We have an event that is in Facebook that you all can participate in, and the video is there along with this one as well. So, you guys will be able to contact us. My name is Nicole Calveloa, and I'm on Facebook, and that's Nicole, last name Kauweloa. And if you want to get a hold of Alicia,
I am Alicia D.R. Hankins, and I do that because if you Google that, you'll get me. So I am Alicia D.R. Hankins. I have a Facebook fan page, as well as it'll be easy to find me on Facebook. If you want to direct call me, I'm 808-232-6554. It would be a blast to, get to know you, see what will help you with your goals.
Yeah, so thank you guys. And again, my number is, I didn't give this one to you, 808-227-8598. We look forward to hearing from you. If you guys have any friends that you know of that would love to fat blast their way through the holiday season, get in touch with us. Leave a comment below this video. Give us a call. Find us on Facebook. Google us. We're there. So thanks again, guys, and stay tuned for the next Hangout.